Hey everyone, my name is Mundane Matt, and I like to say that a fool and his money are soon parted. It's a quote I repeat often when dealing with stuff on the internet, because let's face it, a lot of times people are fooled out of their money very easily, and this particular situation showcases quite a bit of that happening. So let's get into this here, because it's a very interesting story overall. Starts in Palm Springs, California. All right, Palm Springs. You've got a woman by the name of Corey Schagel who owns a 600 square foot condo that she rents out on Airbnb. Okay. And she lives in San Francisco and uses the money from the Airbnb rental to supplement her actual apartment rental in the city. She was contacted in May by a guy by the name of Maxim Pashanin, who wanted to rent the condo for 44 days for an extended business trip. She checked his profile and saw that he didn't really have any reviews, which should have been a red flag, but she, probably eager to get a little bit extra money for that. And she said, okay, and let the guy stay at her place. Well, the first night he contacts her and says, like, the tap water is cloudy and unfiltered, and there's a couple other problems here and there, and he demanded a full refund. After just being there for one day, right? Full refund for 44 days. They charge you in 30-day increments, all right? So he wanted a full refund for the whole time. She reluctantly gives in, thinking he's going to be leaving, and, wants him to go. Airbnb complies after a couple days and says that she's entitled to 2 days of the 30 that it would have been charged for that billing cycle, and they refund his money. Well, 28 days past that, he's still in the apartment. Not even making that up. He stays. So she contacts him and she was like, hey, you need to GTFO. Airbnb says, yo, bounce the fuck out. And he's like, nothing, no response. So she sends him a text message, and I'm going to read this verbatim, okay, because I don't want there to be any discrepancy about this. I want you guys to hear this. She responds back, Maxim's brother, your reservation contract is up today, July 8th at 12 noon. There's also a 24-hour courtesy notice that the power/electricity will be shut off tomorrow, July 9th. I hope you will check out peacefully today without the need for the authorities to get involved. Okay, direct, straightforward tweet from Corey. Okay. He responds back with, hi Corey, this is Maxim. I have consulted my attorney. As I've said multiple times already, I am legally occupying the domicile, apartment E104. My nature of work from home is dependent on having electricity, and my income while working averages between $1,000 and $7,000 per day, involving over 2,000 customers in the U.S. alone. All capitals here. If the electricity gets cut off, I will be losing money every day. I am pressing charges for blackmail and damages caused by your negligence and malicious misconduct, including a $3,800 PID espresso machine, as well as medical bills for my brother's hospital visit after he got sick here drinking unfiltered tap water. Parentheses, ulcer. Not only what you do is illegal, but it's also extremely discriminatory in nature and had caused me and my brother a lot of stress and suffering. Maxim. Straight up. That's what he fucking sent her. Here's the thing. He's been there longer than 30 days. He's got squatters' rights underneath California law. I talked about this a couple weeks ago with my video about that live-in nanny who wouldn't leave. Same thing applies here. But the story gets even weirder. When the news broke of this, people started trying to find out who this guy was, right? Well, it turns out he's an indie game developer. Yeah, he's an indie game developer. Him and his brother launched a Kickstarter in 2013 for a game called Confederate Express, which is like a pixel graphic adventure, very much like 8-bit to 16-bit. Trying to think of the best way to describe it. It looked okay. Like, it looked like old school LucasArts games on like the Scum engine. So what it looked like to me. Actually, watching the video for the Kickstarter kind of piqued my interest. I was like, oh, that'd be kind of cool. And they ended up raising like 40 grand, and the game was supposed to come out this month or last month. officially. And yeah, June 2014, and nothing hasn't come out. So, as a way to make up for that, they've offered incentives to people who backed it by saying that they get access to another game called Knuckle Club, which is being developed by them. But that game is also currently being kickstarted, and they're trying to seek 25,000. And right now, as of today, as of July 24th, it's sitting at $674 with 21 days to go to get the 25,000. So and they keep saying that the game was delayed, and they're saying that they're being you know, there's another company that wanted to buy their dev company called Kilobyte, and it's all sorts of crazy shit. But just think of this for a moment. You've got a woman who currently has 2 squatters that are racking up so much extra electricity. Like, she says that they've quadrupled the bill, and she has no legal recourse whatsoever. Airbnb is trying to help, which is good, but at the same time, they're also kind of taking a hands-off approach. It's very much like, okay, we'll help you to the best of our ability. You're insured up to $1 million for being a part of our service, but they're still like not acting as well as they should. They have their lawyers involved. She has her lawyer involved, and this is the whole situation. Now, if you go back to the beginning of the story, when I talked about Schagel, you know, looking at the lack of reviews from Maxim and how he was a new user, and that should have been a red flag, and then her trying to accommodate him by offering him a full refund. I mean, if you just look at the pieces of the puzzle together, you see how much of a scam this is. That this guy and his brother are absolutely fucking scam artists, and they used a legal loophole to keep themselves in a place for probably the next 3 to 6 months, because that is how long it's going to take her to go before a judge and to get a legal eviction notice. And even when they get the eviction notice, they're going to have days and days and days. Like I think it's like 30 days to evict from the property. So they're going to be there for at maximum like another 7 months rent free, quadrupling the electricity that she has to pay for, because they are a legal tenant, and she doesn't have to, she cannot shut it off. She can restrict them certain things, obviously like food and everything, but water and power have to remain on. So it's very interesting to see how this is going to play out. And this is why, again, when people go to Kickstarter and they go to crowdfunder and they go to these things like Airbnb and Uber and Lyft and all these kind of like, you know, people run businesses, if you will, that rely on the average person to kind of provide these services. This is a cautionary tale. I really love the concept of Uber, Lyft, and Airbnb, and I even love the concept of Kickstarter, because it allows the average person to get maybe a little supplemental income, or to fund a passion project, something to launch them to the next level of their career without going through the traditional means. And you know, sometimes it's perfect and it works out. Other times you get these two douchebags that scam a woman who lives on the other side of the state, all because, you know, they are like that, they found a legal loophole. And it sucks. So I'll keep you guys informed as this thing, if I get more information on it, but I wanted to share it, and I wanted to let you guys know that if you plan on donating to Kickstarter or doing any of these kind of things, use this as a cautionary tale. Do your research, do your investigation, do your homework, know who you are going into business with, if you will, or doing dealings with, because people like this exist, and they know ways to screw you, just like these two guys screwed Corey Scheigel. So there's that. My name is Mundane Matt. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. Please like, comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Definitely share this video, and I will see you all later. Have a good one.